At the same time that there is a geographical kind of description of the dhams of Vrindavan and Navadvip, we are also taught that to think of them as a geographical location is dham aparad, an offense to the dham. They transcend. You see, it's just like Krishna says in the Gita, na tad bhashayate suryo nashashanko nupabhaka yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramamama. He said that my dham means light. He says, and it means abode. My abode, he says, is self-luminous. If the light of the world is consciousness, as it is, without consciousness we can't, it's all dark. There's no seer. And there's nothing to be seen. If there's no seer, there's nothing to be seen. So consciousness is luminous in this sense. And he says, my abode is self-illumined. Na tadbhashayate suryo nashashankona bhavaka. He says, there's no need for moon there. There's no need for sun there. There's no need for fire. Prabhupada translated fire, electricity. The modern rendition. There's no need for any of these artificial, if you will, as you're thinking of it, ways of illumining. He said, such is my abode, and going there, one never comes back. He's saying it's luminous in all respects, not just in the sense of light. The lights are on, but it's enlightening. It's enlightened. It is entering into the light from which one will never return to the darkness. There's no possibility of that. And so, my point is what? At the same time, that's the philosophy, right? In the context of Leela, which is moving on a canvas of philosophy by the force of ecstasy, bhava, there's a canvas, if you will, that the art of Krishna Leela is drawn on. There's a stage on which the drama of Krishna Leela is performed. So the stage is a tattva of philosophy. We call it achintya beda bhed. You have to know this. What is abeda bhed? Then you can talk about Krishna Leela in so many ways. But at any rate, on that canvas, on that stage, the art, the drama of Krishna Leela is being performed, and the drama is being fueled by bhava, by ecstasy. We say, for example, everyone belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the Cheto, Chetanas, Chetananam. He's the one eternal, we are the plural eternal. Eko bahunam vidadati kaman, the Shruti says. And the many consciousness units are dependent upon the one. Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. The one is maintaining the many. So there's one sustainer, maintainer, and there are many maintained. It's like there's one husband and many wives. Of course, wives maintain husbands these days, and probably in other days gone by in ways that weren't appreciated. But in the Leela, we find that the gopis aren't married to Krishna, for example. But then, from the point of view of Siddhanta, we say, wait a minute, he's the husband of their husbands. So that's the Siddhanta. Then on the canvas of that Siddhanta, the art of the bhava is a spiritual kind of illusion, if you will, that's real, because it gives pleasure to Bhagavan, and that's the standard of real reality and dharma, samsiddhir haditoshanam. The measure, the extent to which it pleases Bhagavan is the extent to which something is meaningful. So that bhava is very meaningful. So the bhava is drawn on this canvas. And so anyway, the Dham, it is luminous, effulgent, self-illumined. That's the philosophy. There's no need for sun. There's no need for moon. But in Leela, which is performed in the Dham, there is a sun, there is a moon. that is a bhava moon, a bhava sun. They're devotees. There's a sun that's a devotee, a sun that's a moon. So so similarly with the geography, it's this many, this far and this wide and so forth and so on, but it's not at the same time. The Dham is, it is everywhere, in that everything is within it. If we go from material life to Brahman, from Brahman it seems big, just infinity. If we go into Vaikuntha, it seems to become smaller again. There are forms and shapes, and there's said to be planets, and this gives you a sense of size. Brahman has no sense of size. Right? Then we go to Vrindavan, it becomes even smaller. But Vrindavan is smaller than Vaikuntha, just a village, something like that. But it's actually bigger, so we're moving really in the direction of affection. And there's none here, or very little here. Very little. So it's a very small place. In Brahman, there's no exploitation. So that's bigger. No, there's no meanness there. Some kind of indirect anandam. And if we go to Vaikuntha, then ananda is increasing manifold. If we go to Vrindavan, then what is the measure of ananda? So how big it is. Everything is contained within that. In other words, the full measure of ananda, of love, of possibility of the jiva, who is one part constituted ananda, this is the most important part of it. So, in connection with the Swarup Shakti of Krishna, the possibility to experience the full potential of being a unit of ananda comes to the fore. So anyway, the Dham is the full measure of ananda. So the implication would be every lesser measure of ananda is contained within there as well. So in a sense, the Dham is everywhere. But for the sake of Leela, it's this big, and once you cross this place, then you've gone to Chandravali's camp, and once you've gone there, you've gone to Radharani's camp, and so forth and so on. So